Play over 100 handheld electronic games on your computer or mobile device right now, and completely free of charge. This is RetroFab. Hello and welcome to another Retrospectives video. I'm RetroSteveUK, and today I'd like to show you a website that allows you to play on over 100 different simulated retro handheld gaming machines from the 1970s, 80s, 90s and early 2000s. This is RetroFab, an online collection of lovingly produced simulators on the itch.io website provided by Itizso. These simulators not only allow you to play these games, but they also have beautifully reproduced box arts and manuals, concise on-screen instructions, historical information, gameplay tips, and a number of different control options too, including touchscreen controls for mobile devices. The experience here is just so good, I had to cover it in a video. So I'll be giving you a quick overview of the main site and the full games collection. I'll show you how to play, control and explore the simulation features, and we'll also be having a quick look at some gameplay examples on a modest selection of these classic games, some of which were requested by my channel subscribers. The RetroFab collection of games can be found on Itizso's creator page on the itch.io website. Itch.io is a place where anyone, individuals or companies, can sell or give away their video game creations. I have a couple of free games on there myself. His main page has a selection of individually playable games, with RetroFab sitting in its own section near the bottom. Clicking on the RetroFab icon takes us through to the handheld simulators, and at the time of filming there are currently 116 different games to choose from. Scrolling down the page here you can see the full extent of the collection and get a feel for just how much work must have gone into recreating all these classic handhelds. Taking a look at one example now, I'm demonstrating this with mouse and keyboard on my computer, but this also works equally well on a phone or tablet device using a touchscreen. Selecting a game opens up the game page and we get a preview of some of the original box art, plus details about the hardware, descriptions of the gameplay, control instructions, and credits for where the original sounds, graphics and manuals etc. were sourced from. Some game pages will also include extra information like hints and tips if they're available. Clicking the play button loads the game into your browser, which will usually take around 8 to 10 seconds or so. The first thing you'll want to do is click the full screen button, and as you can see, hovering over a button also reveals which keys on the keyboard you can press to activate each function. Clicking the options button allows you to change the graphical quality between high, standard and low, and you can also choose different backgrounds. I personally like the outer space background the best. Clicking outside the box removes it from the screen, and if you click and hold you can spin the machine around. The mouse wheel can also be used to zoom in and out, and if you want to reset the position, the zoom button over here swaps between two standard central positions. You can adjust the volume with the button and slider over here on the right. And one of the most exciting features is over here on the left side, the settings button. This gives you access to various tweaks and hacks. You can enhance the graphics between RetroFab mode and standard. You can switch the shadow effect off or on. You can adjust the controls, which includes the buttons on a game control pad if you have one, and if you mess up you can reset those back to normal. And you can change the game speed between normal, fast or slow. The last two buttons give access to shots of the original packaging and the instruction manuals. The packaging can be turned and manipulated in the same way as before. You can turn the pages of the manual to read all the details, and you can also turn and manipulate these as well. You get back to the game by clicking the game button. Any of the buttons on the machine can be pressed by clicking with the mouse or using the keyboard or game controller, and on a touchscreen you can simply touch the on-screen buttons. Every button on the machine operates similarly to the original machine. I came up with a short list of games I wanted to demonstrate here in a gameplay montage, and I asked my subscribers to choose their favourites. I've prioritised those favourites, and the names of those who made the requests will be featured alongside each game. And remember, if you want to skip around to different games in the footage, feel free to use the chapter markers that I've placed along the video timeline. By special request, I've been asked by Itizso to point you in the direction of the community forums on the RetroLab area of his website. RetroLab features early access to simulations and prototypes in development for RetroFab, so there are a few more games to try out there. You can get to the community forum via the link on the RetroLab page, and in Itizso's own words,
if any of your viewers own vintage electronic games not in this collection and would like to help in the effort to preserve them digitally, I hope you'll encourage them to join in the community and contribute.
So if you have old games that aren't yet in the RetroFab collection and you'd like to help out with sounds, manuals or other resources, do pop over there and make your presence felt. So that was RetroFab. Obviously I highly recommend paying Itizso's site a visit, so I've included all the links you'll need in the description section of this video. Let me know in the comments if you've played any games on RetroFab and which ones you enjoyed the most. And if there are any old favourites you've played in real life that are missing, remember to pop over to the RetroLabs community, particularly if you can help out in any way. Well, that's a wrap for now, but before we go, I'd like to thank everyone who commented with their favourite games, to thank you for liking and subscribing, and of course to thank you all for watching Retrospectives.